Michigan's rock station, Q106.
Hey, I'm Q106's Terry Stevens. Capital City Comic-Con is coming back to the Lansing Center in downtown Lansing, June 30th through July 2nd. Once again, it has a star-studded lineup of geek culture celebrities. We're going to be talking to them in the weeks leading up to the big show. Our guest this time around, he's one of Kevin Smith's buddies. You've seen him on Comic Book Men, Ming Chen. Q106, what's your name? Where are you from?
This is Ming Chen from Red Bank, New Jersey.
Ming Chen, dude, we are so excited about you showing up to Capital City Comic-Con, man. And you're one of the very few, normally I talk to musicians, and musicians aren't always the most punctual folks. You're one of those rare guests that actually calls in early. We appreciate that.
Oh, yeah, truth, justice, the American way, and punctuality.
There you go. Everybody else is on punk rock time, so... So, man, let's get into it, man. Now, you spent several years on Comic Book Man with your good buddy Kevin Smith. You got connected with him during, like, the early days of the Internet. You constructed a fan site based on his movie Clerks. How mind-blowing was it for you at the time to have a guy whose work you admired reach out to you and go, hey, can you build more websites for me?
It was super mind-blowing. So here I am, a humble student at the great University of Michigan, learning how to build websites and appreciating the finer arts of independent film. And I kind of mashed those two together, channeled my passion into a fan website. And, Kevin Smith literally tracked me down and asked me to call him, found the fan website. He literally just called me out of the blue. He was like, hey, man, I love what you did, which was great because I thought he was trying to educate me on something called copyright violation,
right?
Luckily, he's a big fan too. He knows what fandom is all about, and these are the fledgling stages of the internet back in 1996. Asked me if I would help him expand his empire, but on the internet. He was like, this internet thing might take off, and sure enough, he was right.
Right. So you're Wolverine. You're a UofM guy. Okay, right on, man. So are you nervous about being in MSU territory in a few weeks?
I am a little bit. I'm going to see a lot of green and white. However, people are like, oh man, it's a big rivalry, right? Michigan State. I'm like, hey, listen. As long as we both hate Ohio State, we're good. So I think we'll be okay. I think I'm going to be okay. I'm sure I'll get some barbs here and there, but I'm fully prepared for them. But I think we're going to channel our hatred down south to the city of Columbus.
As is fitting. I'm actually from Cincinnati, and I always tell people, look, dude, if I thought Ohio was that great, I'd still live there. But I don't. Michigan has way more going on.
Oh yeah, for sure. And all the Faygo soda and Verner's I can drink. So
that's right. All right, we got to know, for the record, Ming Chen, what is your favorite Faygo?
Oh, definitely Rock and Rye for sure. That's a flavor that that I'll wake up and dream about Rock and Rye. And I live in New Jersey now, and I can't get it here. And it's imagine a world with no Faygo and especially no Rock and Rye. It's tough, man. It's tough. So I'm going to stockpile. I'm going to head over to Meijer, stockpile, and bring as much back as I can.
There you go. Maybe run a U-Haul while you're at it too. There you go.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I am partial to the Diet Arctic Sun. I'm a diabetic, so I gotta cut the sugar out or whatever. The Diet Rock and Rye ain't quite there, but the Diet Arctic Sun, which they really need to put back in production, that stuff's aces if you're trying to watch your carbs or whatever.
Oh yeah, you're on the right track, my friend. And in a pinch, Diet Moon Mist will keep me going all day for sure.
There you go. Now, Ming, you also host a couple of podcasts, I Sell Comics and Ming and Mike. So, what's your show prep philosophy when you're putting together content for this thing?
I follow the greats. I'm sure you do a lot of preparation. Do some calisthenics, prepare for hours and hours for your great shows. I like to do a little prep. My biggest fear is having any gaps in the conversation. So I just make lists. I make a bunch of bullet point lists I can glance down, and that way I don't forget what I want to talk about. But in the world of pop culture and the things I do, going to conventions every weekend and meeting cool people, I really don't run out of things to talk about these days.
Right. So, and you also still, deal with the retail environment. So it's funny, like my wife, she's got a Kindle, and she is all about downloading books from the library or whatever. That's her thing. I still love that kinetic feel of holding the book. In your estimation, do you think that the graphic novel, comic book medium has been a bit more resilient to digital print?
Oh yeah, for sure. I think we're always going to want tangibility, especially we're collectors, right? So, would you rather look at a toy on a screen, or would you rather hold it in your hand and play with it? Same thing with books. And would you rather read Amazing Spider-Man #1 on a tablet, or would you rather own it? And that thing's worth in mint condition over $1 million. So yeah, I think the collectibility aspect will always ensure that we'll have tangible physical comic books and toys.
Is there a particular holy grail of comics that you are still on the lookout for? I mean, it's hard for me to imagine something that's been outside of your reach, given the connections that you have.
Oh yeah, but still, Action Comics #1, the first Superman. I think the last one just went for like $3.3 million. So I would love to find that in a barn in Paw Paw, Michigan, maybe.
Right.
Or somewhere in the Upper Peninsula in some grandma's attic, there might be a copy of that, sealed and in great shape. There are quite a few comics that they're way up there, and I'm going to need a couple more TV shows before I can acquire those.
Well, maybe some agents will be wandering about the convention. So what is your favorite thing about, you've been in this industry for a hot minute, you've been to a million cons. What is your favorite thing about attending cons as a patron?
As a patron, I love shopping, my friend. There's always that one collectible you're looking for, that one old G.I. Joe figure that you had as a kid that you maybe blew up with a firework, or your mom threw out, or the dog chewed up. And, you're always looking for one in a certain condition, maybe on a card with all the accessories. I'm always on the hunt for something. And, I guess the only thing holding me back is when I travel for cons, I can only buy what I can bring back. So I guess that luckily for my wife, that's there's a size restriction to the collectibles I bring back, right? So yeah, I mean, there's always something out there. There will never be a shortage of new toys, but the old ones you're always looking out for. So I love that as a patron. I love meeting the fellow celebrity guests at conventions. People ask if I still geek out, even though I've been on TV, and we had some pretty cool guests on our TV show Comic Book Men. But I see anyone from the original Star Wars trilogy, I'm flipping out. I'm geeking out for sure. And and on the other side of the table, I love meeting fans. There was a time where cons like this didn't exist, and being a nerd was a very lonely existence. But not anymore. Now you can go to Capital City Comic Con and hang out with thousands of people who love the same stuff you do.
Yeah, somewhere along the line, geek culture became the culture,
Yeah, and I love it. People ask me, they're like, hey, what's it like now that comics and toys and sci-fi and all this stuff is cool? And I'm like, what do you mean now? We always knew it was cool. You were the ones that had to catch up. We were always the cool ones. So, welcome to the party. A little late, but, better late than never, I always say.
Right. So all of your time spent with this medium and in this industry, do you have the idea for a graphic novel, for a comic, lurking around in your head somewhere? Is there something that we're going to see in print before too long?
I think there will be a Ming Chen created or penned comic book somewhere in the future. For me, it's a little intimidating being around a guy like Kevin Smith, who is one of the greatest writers on the planet. It's kind of like, he's kind of like Michelangelo, and I'm doing finger paintings, and I'm like, hey, Kevin, what do you think of this? But you got to start somewhere. So one of these days I will sit down, and I have the ideas in my head. The comic book's written in my head already. I just got to get it out. Because I tell people at conventions that want to create a comic book, there's no easier time to do it than now. You can hire an artist. You can write. You can put down your idea. You can go to an internet site and literally have it printed, and you have a box on your doorstep in 2 weeks with that finished product, which you can take to a convention and sell, or give it away, or get it distributed. So, it's in the works. I just need some motivation. I need that push.
There you go. Well, maybe you'll find it in a few weeks. Capital City Comic-Con, that's going down at the Lansing Center in downtown Lansing. I assure you, Ming, even though it's MSU country, everybody's going to be nice to you. It'll be fine.
I can't wait. I can't wait to see everybody. And, Capital City Comic-Con is going to be a great time. Come on out if you're a fan of literally anything. All fandoms will be represented. And, come and say hi to me.
Heck yeah. Hell yeah. We love it, man. Ming, thank you so much, man, for sharing so much of yourself via your podcast, via your work on Comic Book Man. We cannot wait to hang with you at Capital City Comic-Con. Enjoy the rest of your interviews today, man.
Thank you, my friend. I hope to see you there. Have a great day.
You got it, buddy. Be well.
Michigan's Rock Station, Q106.